What is going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video of mine. In today's video I want to talk about something. It is not music, it is not a reaction, it is like it's connected to me and to my personal life. The other day, like 2 days ago, I read a comment in which one of you guys asked me when will I start again uploading my welding content. And I was like, okay, I never really upload any welding content that is long format. It was usually a short form, welding content in short form, short clips from my work, and that comment got me thinking, and I was like, why wouldn't I tell a story of how did I became a welder? In today's video I decided to do that. I will just play a video of me welding some heavy industrial parts, and I will be talking, in the corner. I will make a format of kind of reaction videos that I do. Let me talking. What led to me becoming a welder? A few factors are, responsible for that. Main factor, of course, being diversity for that job. That job was, from my standpoint, really, how do I say it? People asked for welders wherever I go. It was people will be talking about welders. There will be jobs, call outs for job. Everybody will, on radio you will always hear those ads where they are searching for welders, and on television you can also see in between commercials, like, and stuff like that. In newspapers always I will see like small ads asking for a welders. Companies asking for welders. Me at that time, and remember that was back in 2016, so almost 10 years ago. At that time I worked in milk and dairy industry, and like that job, it was pretty much my first job. I got that job when I finished my high school. I finished my school, and that was like the only company that was close to my home and that was hiring. That's the good part about that job, and I think only good part about that job. But I stayed there, I worked there since from 2011 to 2000, and as I said, 16, till the end of 2016. With a small breakup, I went to work as a lumberjack. I cut down trees with my father in 2013, from April to October. I went with my father, and I have done that for like those few months, 8, 6, 10 months, I don't know. And then I again come back to that company. But let me say some few things about that job. Job was heavy. That is still the heaviest job that I did ever in my life. So somebody will say, oh my god, it's milk and dairy industry, like that's nothing complicated, it shouldn't be anything hard. But don't get yourself fooled, because every job can be super hard if the boss, is not aiming for his workers to like be in good conditions, to be in good health, and he's aiming only to gain as much money as he can. Unfortunately, I stumbled upon that kind of boss. And he was like only boss in like circle of 100 kilometers, where I could find job. I could go and work in a grocery store, but the paycheck was even smaller than in milk and dairy industry. But like now, when I look at the stuff, maybe I should go to work like in grocery store, super like a smaller supermarket. Maybe I should go to work there. I would be definitely better now mentally than when I stayed to work there. But why that job sucked? Why it was so bad? Yeah, two reasons and two reasons only. We didn't have like work time. There is only a time that you must be on work, and that is 7 o'clock in the morning. There were no fixed time when you will go home. Especially when we are working with milk, with dairy. There were no first, second, third shift. There is only one shift. So you came to work at 7 in the morning, and you can work till 7 at night, till 10 at night, till like 12 at night. I never, in those 6 years, I never worked 8-hour shift, from 7 in the morning till 3 afternoon. So yeah, I never worked that. So I usually stayed till 7 o'clock at night. So it's a 12-hour work shift. That was like a normal day. When we worked that was a normal day, which is kind of stupid. But and we usually work those 12-hour shifts when it is winter. When the job is less than other seasons. Spring and summer and fall and stuff like that. But as soon as the sun starts to shine, our work time goes up like dramatically. So we work till 9 o'clock like every day almost. So I remember once I went to my job. I show up at my job, start working at 7 in the morning, and I get to my home the next day at 10 in the morning. So I worked 27 hours that day, and I get to my home, I immediately lay down and sleep. And remember, at that time, that was 2011, and it was August month. So, and I was 17 at that time, and I just finished. I finished school in month of May, and in June I already started working at that place. So I didn't like a reason for me to start working. My family, my dad and my mom, they wanted me to like continue schooling. They wanted to like me to like continue to accelerate in school, and I have good grades. I was not the best student at all, but I didn't want to go to school because my parents, they were not as good with money. And here in Bosnia, you can have all schools in this world. If you don't have political connections, you will never get a like workplace that you finished your school for. So and I was aware of that. My dad was aware of that. So I told him I will finish my school, and I would rather find the job for myself and start earning like as much money as I can, to not be burdened on you or my dad and my mom, than watching some prick politician like blackmailing you and taking more of your money just for me to get that job. And and the scariest part is, if that political party loses the next year, I will lose that job, that was situation in Bosnia, and it is still till this day, like, it's corrupt politics that destroy this beautiful country. So yeah, let's move on to the job. I finished school. When I finished school in May, it was like middle of month May. I was like 2 weeks at home, like just doing like stuff on our family farm that my mom have, and I went to that guy's house, that boss's house. He did not live that far away from me, and I asked him politely, do you have job for me or not, and he just smiled. Of course he knew me since I was a small kiddo. He said, yep, of course I have a job for you, like, come at Monday. You start working at Monday, you just came prepared, show up at 7, and that's it. And I did that, and I was happy. I was really happy, because for me, having my job and having that small amount of money meant a lot to me. So I could give some of that money to my family, to my mom and my dad, even though, like, my dad always earned nice amount of money, and we always had money that our family farm made. We sell milk to my mom literally sold milk to that dairy industry, to that company. We sell meat, we have a lot of chickens, we sell eggs, we sell corn, we sell honeybee, the honey, we had bees, everything. Everything. Even right now, my mom, like, I'm in my house now. I built my own house, and I have a nice piece of land here. And my mom, literally, she was bored totally because she done everything that she can do around their house and their farm. She came and planted corn just from pure boredom here on my land, and that was funny to me, like, she was just bored, and she didn't even ask me. She just came here. They moved the grass, moved the, like, weeds, and, like, plowed the earth and planted corn. So I have nothing against that. They can do whatever it makes them happy. So fast forward a little bit, I'm working there 2-3 months, and that stupid shift hits me in the head. But until that point, we constantly worked 12-hour shift, and then comes that, like, mega heavy day where like the work is so much that we cannot finish it, in 12 hours, we just can't. Like, the trucks with raw milk kept coming, and factory needs to work constantly, milk can't wait. It's not meat. You cannot put it in giant freezer, and just let it froze and wait, milk must be done, So we worked like crazy, and from that point, pretty much every working day in their industry was like 13 hours to 15 hours shift. So, and that, when you work that much, and when and that's your first job, it kind of becomes you kind of accept it psychologically. It became like a normal thing in your head. You make peace with that, and you just work there, you and all those people like that work there. It's normal for you. So you are in normal environment with people who think that is normal. And we worked there like normally. So paycheck was super mega small. You have I had average of 320 working hours every month, and my paycheck was 280 euros, which is just, come on, man. If I have now, if I have those work hours, like I would drive Aston Martin, you know. I didn't know what to do with money, honestly. But yeah, that was stupid. I was young and I didn't know better, and I accepted that. And after all, I always tell myself, you know, it was me who came to him and asked him for a job. And, you know, but that doesn't give him a right to treat his workers like animals, you know. Today, now, you cannot even treat animals like that. So, so there is a law for that. So, fast forward a little bit, you know, I will just jump straight into year 2014. So their industry, he closes their industry, you know, and when they're on the place where there was a dairy factory, you know, he built a factory to process meat, you know, make sausages, make like ham for hamburgers and stuff like that. We went to like re-education, even though we were all like people from villages. We are all familiar with how to deal with meat, with raw meat, you know. Me on my farm, we slaughter pigs almost weekly, you know. We sold meat and stuff like that, you know. Yeah, and like we started working, now it's a meat factory. We make sausages now, and like bear in mind, products that we made were freaking really quality stuff. Like the yogurt and like everything that we made in their industry was top notch. He had multiple awards for his products. It went to all over Europe, you know, and like winning awards for taste, for quality, for everything, you know, that you can get for a product. So yeah, it is year 2014 and we started working with meat. Yeah, and we worked with meat. It was a lot easier when we started working with meat, you know. He built giant rooms, you know, that have climate control, you know, you lower down temperature to like -50, you know, and when large quantities of meat came, you just put it there in that climate control rooms, you know, and it froze up and it can wait like that for 50 years easily. and people say oftenly, oh my god, meat is frozen, it has been frozen for that amount of years, stuff like that, you know. Freezing meat literally stop his time, you know, stops its time. It's incredible. Like freezing stuff, it's really incredible. So it was easier to work in a meat factory, but still we constantly worked 12-hour shifts. So bear in mind, from 2011 till 2015, like we didn't have vacations, you know. When you hurt yourself, you don't get paid when you go and recover to your home. I forgot what the name was for that. When you get injured, you go to doctor and you wait to heal yourself to get better, and then you come to work again. I forgot the name for that in English, but that's not paid. You're like on non-paid off from work until you got better. So no vacations, no nothing, you know. So we kinda faked in between ourselves, like we workers, like there was like 25 workers inside the factory, and then we were the good thing, we worked as a collective. We all protected each other. So, but then you have 100 workers outside the factories who are driving the products that we make inside, driving to the stores and supermarkets. So, but inside we worked so good together. So we all get around, agree, okay, this month you will get fictively injured and go home. Next month is you, next month is me, like fourth month is him, and stuff like that. And we kind of worked together to make our working life a little bit easier until 2015. And then at that point, shit started to get worse because our paycheck was small, but no matter how small it was, it was never late. It was always, it came always in time, so you can always rely on that, If there is nothing in the world, you kind of count on that small paycheck to come. In 2015, paychecks stopped coming, like just like you work entire month, and usually it was on the last day of month or like one day prior to last day, if it's the last day of the month on weekend, you get your paycheck on Friday, so it was like that. So if you understand me. And yeah, paycheck stopped coming, like 2-3 months go past, and then you get paid for like 1 month only, then you work 2-3 months again, then you got paid 2 paychecks at once. It was just irregular, it was hard for me, and I don't have kids or wife, and I worked together, like my sister's husband worked alongside of me, and they have 2 kids and home and everything, and he was not the only one, there was a lot of people with families, and I honestly don't know how those people survived in that year. So it was really hard. And then, like, when he owe you, like he didn't pay you, like when you put on paper and you calculate everything and you see like you're missing like a 6 or 8 paychecks, then you cannot quit, because you are in constant fear. If you quit, you will never get your money back, and that was a scary thing. You're kinda in that loop, and just work, and you are hoping for him that he will pay you next month everything that he owes you, but in this country, like if you have enough money, you can bribe anything and you can bend law to your own will. So that is really bad, and he kind of did that. So, but bear in mind, he did pay everything at in the end, but that doesn't account for people's suffering, we already, and yeah, scary thing, you make peace with not having your paycheck on time. Like it became normal thing for me, not to get paid on time, and when I asked myself, dude, what the heck, you already don't have work, like regular working time, you work like crazy, and now you're not even paid on time. And that was like a deal breaker for me. And I started searching for a new job. And in my hometown, small welding school opened up, and it was like, I remember it was a small flyer on the door when you came to that small workshop. It's like small flyer was on the door, and it says like welding school, and at the bottom it says they make Slovenian working visas, when you finish the school, and you show up to be good, and they see that you have potential, they will make you a working visa and you can go to work in Slovenia. Slovenia is a light year. Slovenia is not awesome, it's not nice to work in Slovenia. Paychecks are small and everything is mega expensive. Slovenia is not a cheap country, but it is light year better than working in Bosnia. So I went inside, me and my friend, and we started talking to the guy that opened that school, and everything was nice, everything was fine until he mentioned the price that he wants, like the amount of money that he wants us to pay him for finishing the school. And at that time it was 1,500 euros to finish the school, and then he will make you visa and stuff like that. He promised a lot of nice stuff, which at the end did not came out as true, but never mind. I obviously don't have that money. I cannot save that money if I don't spend any cent in a year. If I save my paycheck completely, I cannot save that money in a year. So it was like not possible for me. I came home, spoke to my dad, spoke to my mom about that, and they supported me right away, or literally. I had I think 400 euros saved on my bank account. My dad gave me some money. My husband from my sister that works with me, he also lended me, I think, 300 euros. My godfather, the guy that holded me in the church when I was a kid, when I was baby, I'm Orthodox, we do that. That's baptism, church baptism in Orthodox church. You have a godfather and he holds you. It's not a theme of this video. It's not religion, but you get the point. People helped me really. I somehow collected that money, went to that school, paid the classes, paid everything, and I just I never, but bear in mind, at that point, I never even knew what a welding machine is, what welding looks like, I come from a totally different reality. I didn't even finish anything similar to welding in my high school. I finished plumbing, water installation and stuff like that. That was my school, But yeah, I tried welding. I liked it from the very day, I really liked it. And yeah, as I mentioned it earlier, I would always see a small flyer, around town that people are searching for welders and stuff like that. But I never considered it to be my job until that shit with paychecks started to happen in company. And then I went to school. The school lasted, the length of the school is 1 month. So you go for 1 month. At the end of the month, you have final exam. You have to weld some smaller pieces, which at that time was oh my god, for me. But now I just laugh at that. So I finished school, and the guy that have company in Slovenia came. He met with us, and he basically told us, okay, you qualify for work, collect those and those papers and send that to Slovenia, to the company, and we will start making your work visa. So process of making Slovenian working visa for people in Bosnia is about 3 months. 3 months that process is length. A length of that process is 3 months. And in that 3 months, you cannot work any job, legally. You can work job on the side, that's not connected to like anything, and I had to quit my meat industry, and that was a scary thing. I just, I didn't know how it looks like to be without work. I didn't know that. I just knew if I had my job, I have some of the security. And till this day, the hardest thing for me is to let go of that job. When I done that, since that point, I never had the same fear about work, about job, and I changed like 10 companies, in the last 9 years of me welding, of me doing welding. I changed like a bunch of them. I come there, I work for a month, I see you don't respect our agreement. Okay, pay me what I earned in the last month, and goodbye. So I went to Slovenia in 2016. I collected papers in October month, and I sent the papers to Slovenia, and I quit working in my company. So I kind of got back to work with my mom and dad on our farm. I do like jobs that you do on a farm. You feed cows, you feed pigs, you feed sheep, you feed goats, you feed chickens, you clean after them. I mean, I done that on my free days when I was not working in the like meat or dairy industry. I done that just to help my parents. And yeah, it was scary, but I had that money from those people that lended to me. I needed to return that money, and I just gave it to some guy in Slovenia, and he told me he have company. I sent him some my papers, and I didn't have any proof of him having company, man. It was scary. But then, again, one of the happiest moments in my life when a Slovenian embassy from main city in Bosnia, in Sarajevo, they called me and they told me, mister, you need to come at that date. It was January, to give your fingerprints, and I was so happy. So happy. I went to Sarajevo, gave my fingerprints, and after me giving my fingerprints in like 20 days or something, I get my work visa. And on February 8, 2017, I went to Slovenia and I started working as a welder. So in that welding school, I finished for a TIG wig welder, not MIG-MAG. I later learned MIG-MAG, which is what I'm doing here in this video. I'm doing MAG welding, or CO2, some people say. So obviously I sucked at the beginning, even though I finished school is just basic knowledge. I learned from older people, I learned from YouTube, I collected knowledge and everything. So welding gave me everything, literally. It gave me these glasses and this shirt, and okay, it did not give me this guitar. I gave a full paycheck from my work, from when I was working in a meat industry. I gave a full paycheck for this guitar, and it is washboard guitar, acoustic guitar. It's really beautiful. I never learned to play it, by the way, because I never had time to play it. So that was the video is a bit lengthy, but if you guys are here with me till the end, I hope you liked my story. If you want me to talk more about my like how my welding career evolved. You know, I have a lot of stories. You know, I went through a lot of shit, but now I'm pretty much happy. So yeah, stopping my video here. Thank you all for watching my channel. Thank you all for supporting me. You guys have no idea how much it means to me that I have my audience and people I can talk to, you know. So stopping my video here. Please like the video, subscribe on my channel, comment down below if you want me to, you know, talk more about my welding career. I can do that also. As I said, I have a lot of stories. And yeah, that's it, man. I'm obviously at my home in Bosnia, so yep. Bam, bam, kitchen. Bosnian home needs to have big kitchen, so we like to eat, man. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I will see you in another video of mine. Stay healthy, take care of yourself, and yeah, goodbye, ciao.